Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I am the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos, and I had to share this book with you. I actually started reading it last night. It is Worth Fighting For by Jessie Q. Sutanto. It's a meant to be novel, and I am reading this on an e-reader. It says they are the best-selling author of Dial A for Aunties and Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. I did not know that. I think I did read Dial A for Aunties a while back ago, but I didn't recognize the name. But this is a Disney retelling of Mulan. I love Disney retellings. I love retellings, period. But these are so fun. And this one so far has not disappointed. We've already met Mushu. Well, let's back up a second. This book is following Mulan, but she works in a really big company for her dad. Her dad is the founder of the company, and because of that, she is just working like twice as hard to prove that she's not there just because she's his daughter. In the beginning, let me see if I can pull up, if I can figure out how to work this. Let me just read you the first sentence. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a woman working in finance must work twice as hard, worry twice as much, and get approximately 50% less sleep than her male co-workers. So, we're following Mulan. She's in this finance company. Her dad owns it, and so far it has just been so great. Oh man, did I lose my place? No, great. Clearly I'm still getting used to the little e-reader here, but it's been so great. I try to have digital read so that I'm not waking my husband at night with like a lamp or something. But anyways, let's talk about this book. It had me giggling, laughing. I was already highlighting in this book. I just, from the get-go, from the first sentence, I was like, yes, I'm here for this story. So I hope it does not disappoint. I hope it stays as entertaining. I am about 26% read already. And like I said, I just started it. We've already met Mushu. We meet her, yes, it's a her, in the first chapter, and Mushu, the character, does not disappoint. So far has been the hilarious little kind of, I don't want to say sidekick, but like companion that Mulan needs. Mulan is very serious, and she is just really trying to prove her worth. We've gotten a couple of little lines that hint back to the movie, and it's been so great to have those little tidbits thrown in there. I thought it was just so superbly done. Mulan's father, I don't know, I can't see the blurb on here, or maybe I can't figure it out. But I'm interested to see how they're going to go about this. So far, Mulan has met Shang. He knows she's a girl, but the company that his family owns is very traditional in the sense that they don't usually want to do business with women. Most of the uncles that are on the board don't want anything to do with Mulan, and so she needs to prove that she can get the job done. And there is some deception happening already, so we're going to continue on from there. And like I said, I cannot wait to dive into this. I'm half tempted to take it down right now, but I kind of want to save it for the evening hours again. So I will update you as we go along. So far though, like I said, only 26% in, and it has been so funny, so entertaining. I've been loving it so far. I want to give you a quick update on where we're at with the book. I've read a little bit more, I think last night before. I don't even know how many nights it's been in between. But I've only read a little bit because I have been going to bed extremely exhausted. And I can only read like a tiny bit, and then it just is not making sense anymore. Like my brain is like, we're done processing anything. And so I don't want to keep reading and then get halfway through the story and be like, wait, when did that happen? So I'm still really loving it. I do. The people in it, I've read, oh, not too bad, 45%. The people in it, especially one particular character, is really grating my nerves. And I know that you have to have one character in there, but man, he is just so obnoxious, and I am just like, how come nobody can see how deceiving he is, and what a like, it isn't even like huge things, but I feel like there's going to be something deeper in there. There's going to be something sneakier in there. He's just like not for Mulan at all. He keeps putting her down a very male chauvinistic way. He's just always pointing out I don't know, his quips are always having to do with her being a female. Also, I didn't even realize there's so much background noise going on. I apologize. I have one child in the shower. Somebody's always doing lawn work. It feels like it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, somebody's doing lawn work. But let's push through. Shang's family owns a farm, and Mulan has gone to the farm under the guise of, she's pretending to be her dad. And so she's gone to the farm, and her dad, unbeknownst to Mulan, she didn't realize how much farm work her dad had done. And so she's impersonating him, trying to act like she knows what she's doing, and it is becoming increasingly hard. And this particular person just feels like he is trying to sabotage her every which way, but like in the most, I don't know, I just feel like with that many people there, how did nobody see that that happened? And he just gives me that, like, ugh, I don't know, don't like him. But I'm sure he's pivotal to the story, and he's made to be that way. And I have a sneaky suspicion that maybe somewhere in there he is going to like have a reason for the way he is. Maybe. So it makes me feel kind of bad that I'm like, I don't like him. But at this point, I don't like him. Shang is great. Shang is trying. He's suspicious. He's like, I don't know. Something's not adding up right. But there is an attraction between him and Mulan. And it's just so interesting to see Mushu's still there, still funny, still saving Mulan's butt, like trying to hype her up, and to the other family members, like she's there and she's like, oh, she's great and she's amazing at this, and she's totally, she grew up on a farm and all these things. So she's a great support to Mulan. I'm hoping that there's a turn that's going to happen soon, because the last two chapters, I don't know, I kind of, maybe it was because I was exhausted, but the last two chapters I was like, I'm so over this guy being a jerk. Can we move on now? Can we move on in the story? But I'm suspecting, I'm hopeful that maybe it'll happen soon. So I don't know if I'm going to get much reading done today. We'll see. I've got a day full of errands, but hopefully somewhere in there I'll get to read. My kids are still sleeping. We let sleeping children sleep here. We finished Mulan. We ended up watching the movie because I was able to, reading the Disney retellings makes me want to watch the Disney movies again. So I convinced my kids that we should watch Mulan because we haven't watched it for so long. It was enjoyable. I just love tying those kinds of things in together. And in searching for the Disney one, I did find a documentary on the actual Mulan. I know that story, the ending is sadder than the Disney and this book, but that's a whole different thing. So finish the book, and here's kind of my final thoughts on it. For a little while, a couple of the chapters did feel like it was lagging and not moving as quickly as the beginning of the book. It was still entertaining and adorable, still great writing. It just felt a little slower, and I know that they were building up and building the relationship between Mulan and Shang, and it works because you're reading it and they're getting along better and chemistry is happening, and you're just kind of, well, I was cringing because it just, oh, I knew when she told the truth that, sorry for the background noise, every time I sit down to film, it's like somebody thinks the loudest chore, this is a great time to do it. So the relationship between them was great and building, but you knew that the deception was just going to be that much more heartbreaking. And sure enough, it happens because you've seen the movie, you know what's coming. And then the way that they kind of worked it out was a very kind of girl boss moment. I don't know if we're saying that anymore, but kind of this female empowerment. It was kind of cool to see. It wasn't very, parts of it, I don't know. It was kind of cool to see. We talk about women entrepreneurship and things like that. Just it touches on it. It's in the like not in the background, but it's built in there, and you kind of get to see that part and how the females of the book band together, and that was just really cool to see. And then of course we see Shang and Mulan, and it just felt like the ending. I mean, it was great. It has a little epilogue at the end. I returned it as soon as I was done reading because there were 5 people waiting for it at my particular library, and I don't like to hoard it. If I'm done with it, let me pass it on to the next person to read. And then I also saw the printed version at Barnes & Noble when I walked in and just kind of perused around, and I was so tempted to see if maybe I could buy it, but I don't have a Barnes budget. I keep saying that, so I didn't. But I was so glad I got to read this. This is part of a series, but you can pick them up any which way you want. You don't have to read them in order or anything like that. And I cannot wait. I hope Disney does another one of these and keeps hiring these amazing writers, because these are so fun to read. But I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you taking your time out and spending it here with me.